What's good? Welcome to the channel. Back with another video for you guys, or welcome to the channel. Today I'm on a 2003 Buick Lesabre 3800 series engine, series 2. Okay, so we're getting ready to do a tune-up on this guy. All right, I usually start in the back, but I might start in the front because the back is the hardest. That's the ones I usually go with. I don't know if there's too many videos on doing the back, but yep, you might go through a little mud and just trying to see about how I'm going to go about this. You're going to need something soft because you're going to lean up all in this area to get to the back plugs, okay? So you might need something soft for your ribs or something, so that's why I have my blanket here. And when you're doing this job, and I definitely would recommend you have a set of wires for backup, especially if your engine is older, as far as over 200,000, 150,000 miles. Sometimes these wires break when you're wiggling. Sometimes the boots break off in there. So just wanted to say that. So just I recommend, if you do a tune-up on this or anything that has over a certain amount of miles and wires are hard to get to, just have you some standby wires, okay? Because we all make mistakes. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is remove your engine cover, for those who don't know, because some people do, some people don't. So we're going to remove this guy. Got to grab it by the neck here, twist, and bring it off. Take your cap off, move that to the side. Now, you're not going to be able to get to those guys in the back. I usually only start in the back first just because it's harder, but just to show you the setup, we're going to start in the front. So it's going to be easier for you guys to see on this side. So let's get a little closer for a hot second and set back up. All right, so you have 3 across and you have 3 in the back. Those are a pain to get to. Looks like I'm going through this side, and I might remove my coolant tank out the way just to be able to reach in there. You're not going to be able to reach in from this side too much. You might be able to get through there to get one of the plugs out, far as the furthest one over here to the driver's side. But just in case, let's go ahead and start the front, at least pulling them out, okay? And you want to do them one at a time, so that way you don't mess the firing order up, because you can put the wrong ones in the wrong places, okay? So let's get started. And you're going to need some pliers or something to remove these boots, okay? So these are, you have aluminum shields, so you want to try not to mess the shield up, and you're going to want to just kind of twist your wire around the tip until you feel it pop or break free. You might not, but just kind of twist on them, kind of break them free a little bit, twisting them back and forth like this, and then you can start wiggling and pulling. I'm going to use some long needle nose angle pliers to try to get these out, and I'm going to try to grip them around the metal. So let's see. Let's go here, and let's give it some wiggles, some tugs, and let's see if we can get it to pop out. And the worst case is breaking one, and we don't, well, breaking one of the packs, one of the wires. So I'm just gonna take my time, because they can be a pain in the butt. See if we can get it out. See if we can rotate it some more. And when you're trying to rotate it, sometimes you can still break the boot off. So see if we can get it off. Trying to work with the aluminum shield. So you might struggle a bit. They might come out easy for you. Hopefully they do. Worst case, I'll be having to spray down in there with some WD-40 or something. So I'm gonna proceed on trying to pull these guys out. Once I get these out, if I break anything, as far as one of these boots, I'll be back to show you how I remove them. But I'm gonna try to get these out. I'll let you know how long it took and show you what happens. But that way we don't make this video super lengthy for no reason. So be back. All right, so back on film. got one out. Okay, so you're gonna have to spray some WD-40. You may or may not to get this boot off, but you want to get these to rotate. Once this rubber starts to rotate, it'll be easier for it to come out, and you want to grip it by the aluminum if you can. It helps it snatch the boot out a little bit better. But usually, oh, I got that one out easy. So the WD-40 and then work this way down in there. So I'm not gonna do all these. I'm gonna do them separate. So I'm just gonna try to break them all free and just keep them in there so you don't mess up your firing order. So let's see if this one will come out easy too. Start twisting it. Hopefully it does. If not, I'll go back with the pliers. But the way these came out, I know I'm not gonna be able to use the 40. The WD-40 in the back. So yeah, I gotta spin this one out. You see how that one popped out. Don't want to waste time. Be right back to the next step. We'll be taking out the plugs in the front. All right, let's do it. All right, so we back. You're gonna need I believe a 5/8 spark plug removal tool. That's standard for V6s. So you always want to check just in case. Sometimes they're thin wall, but this is an older engine, so it should just take the standard 5/8. Let's get over our spark plug here. All right, I already got these out. With the WD-40, it took me probably about, let's say about 5 extra minutes. But if you grab it by the base, and you definitely want to rotate these back and forth if you can, but spray some WD-40 on there, or some PB Blaster, whatever you can fit there to get that to break free, especially if it's been a long time since it had a tune-up, okay? So we got our 3.5-inch extension on there, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and break that free. You wanna do this on a warm engine, because if you're doing it on a cold engine, it's a possibility for you to break one of these guys in the engine. So we want to be warm, and we're pretty warm in here. So we're going to tease it a little bit. You're not going to be able to see my hand, but I'm on there. We're going to tease it a little bit until it pops open. All right, got that one to break free. And you want to make sure they all break free before you continue to do the tune-up itself. And what I'm going to do is, for those who don't know, or those that are trying to do this for the first time, just breaking them free, and I'm just gonna set my wire back on there just like that so I don't mix them up. Okay, so let's go down the line and break them free. Same thing with this one. Get him on there real good. Make sure you're set. Might have to separate your socket like so. And let's tease it again. All right, so you see where I'm here, okay? That's all the way across, okay, as far as the front. So I'm gonna set back over here so you guys can see better. All right. Zoom in a little bit. All right, so let's try to tease on this one to break it free. There we go, nice and smooth. Go to the next one. Make sure you set. Might have to disconnect. Get it on there real good. There you go. Like that. And I assume you're doing this with me. For those who are new, you're doing this and just kind of tease on it. Don't try super hard. And it should just break free like so. Alright, so now that we're broken free on all those guys, let's proceed on taking them out. Okay. So since we're on this one already, let's go ahead and take it all the way out. And it should become hand tight at a certain point. Then you want to match up your spark plugs, okay? I'm going to show a little bit on how I'm going to get to the back. You're not going to be able to see my hands, but if you want to stay for the full video, that's great. Yeah, this one's pretty old looking. Nice and cruddy stuff. All right, so we know that's hit. This vehicle has over 200,000 miles. So we're gonna add a little bit of anti-seize on these guys. I'm glad they were able to break free. Those boots were a little stuck, but they didn't break, so that's a good thing, a good indication that the back might be okay. So we got our new plugs. We went Bosch Iridium or double Iridium. Let's see what it says on the package. Yep, Bosch double Iridium. I've never installed these on one of these engines, but let's match up the plug and go from there. And you're gonna need 6 for those who don't know. Let's just set this somewhere safe so we don't roll off. All right, so me spraying and this engine having so many miles, it looks like it's gonna need a valve cover gasket. So let's check the plugs, make sure they're the right height. Look all around, look at the gap. And these are pre-gap, do not gap these, all right? If you're going with those. And I'm gonna get a little bit of anti-seize. The new plugs don't come with that. Some people use it, some people don't, but it makes it easier on the next tune-up if you decide to do one. But these plugs are, I believe, are rated for 5 to 7 years or 100,000 miles, whichever one comes first or whatever they say. All right, so I got a little bit of anti-seize on there like that. Just gonna smear it around my finger a little bit like that. Get a little bit on there, and that's all you need. Probably about that much, and wipe this rest off. All right, so we're gonna slide this one back in. You're gonna have to do it by feel, and just kind of look at the hole if you can see it or where it was, and just kind of fish in your plug and go slow. Okay, you'll feel it, see. If it feels like it's binding, just back up. All right, so it should spin in freely like that. Some of them won't, but as long as you get at least 2 or 3 threads, it should go, and just get it hand tight as much as you can. All right, so that one is almost done. Let's go ahead and tighten it now. And you want it tight in a 1/4 turn. So it's already tight. And let me check my turn. Yep, that's it. That one's in good. And we're gonna change the wires as well. So you're gonna have to match those guys up and just run your route. So let's change all the plugs first, and then we'll run our wires one at a time for the front, and you're gonna have to do the same thing for the rear. All right, so let's get to it. Now, at least can do all these on camera. That one's loose enough. Spin them out. And main thing is taking your time. You take your time, you're gonna get done, you're still doing the work. So just don't rush so you don't damage anything. But yep, definitely have you some plugs on standby, some wires on standby. You might break one, and if so, you definitely want to. And you might as well change them anyway, because they get old. And sometimes you'll get a misfire because sometimes the wires are arced in between because of small cracks and such. So this is just for those who don't know. I'm gonna keep saying that a lot because I'll be getting a lot of smart comments sometimes. So keep saying that a lot. We got that guy out. Let's go back in with his brother. We got a family member. We got number 2 going in. And same thing. A little bit of anti-seize. And I've been using this pack for a minute. I don't even have this colored package no more. All right, just a little bit. That's good. Now let's go in with number 2. And I'm not talking about firing order. I'm talking about just what plug I'm on. Just make sure we don't have anything, any debris on our tip, and we got a little bit on there trying to stick this guy back in. And let's try it again. Move this wire out the way a little bit. And let's try to fish him straight in without bumping up against anything. There we go. Give it some wiggles. See if we're biting. Alright, looks like we're good on that one. But yeah, if it's dirt and stuff around here, you definitely don't want to get none on your tip. It might still burn off. Well, it'll still burn off, but you don't want any debris on your plugs. So we're almost tight there. Keep wiggling. Alright, so we got that one in. Let's double check. Make sure it's sticking in correctly. Make sure we're back on there good. Alright, let's go ahead and torque that one down. Right, that tight, down a little bit, okay. That one was good. Alright, so let's set this back on here for now, just so we don't mix anything up. We got that one in, we got one more to do. Let's move our wire out the way. But yeah, you want to do them at least one at a time. because you can mess up your firing order if you're not familiar with the engine, and even mechanics follow that route. We've always done it that way for years. I know some people that try to tune up their own vehicle and they have that happen, and yeah, it's kind of hard to figure it out sometimes if you don't know. All right, so that one was broken free. Let's see if it's hand tight. Nope, need a couple more cranks. All right, we should be able to spin it out now. Let's see what we got. All right, we got it out. Let's go ahead and get us a new guy. Going from the bottom of this box. And you still, even if you get your plugs, just take them out one at a time out your box, because you can still drop one, just because you have the cardboard and the extra double cardboard, just in case you drop one. And always check for cracks. I didn't do that as far as on the first two, but I didn't see any. But yeah, check for cracks, because if you have a crack, you're gonna have a misfire a little bit. There we go. Wipe off the rest. I'll switch over from the old ugly dude. And let's clean this out so we can stick our new one back in. Get as much off as you can. And let's proceed. Same thing, you might have to look a little bit and guide it in very slow, like so, and give it some spins. If you feel like it's not going, back up. I keep saying that too, because people will rush and try to get it in and you'll cross thread it, and then if you try to remove it, it'll break on you, and then you have a spark plug broke off into the engine head. All right, so now that we got that cranked, we're gonna tighten this up. Crank a little bit. There we go. So that's in there now. All right, now we're gonna do that. Let's proceed on matching our wires. I'm just gonna show you the back and the route that I'm gonna go about. Let me get my camera stick so I can show you, because I can't use the phone. Hold on a second. All right, so back up in here, we got our new plugs in all the way across the front. We're gonna change the wires here in a second, but back up in here, I'm gonna have to climb up in here 1 minute. You're gonna have to have one of these or something for your rib cage, so give me a second. All right, so this is where you're gonna have to hop up in here on the front. So let's get on up in here so I can show you what's popping in the back. Alrighty, zoom back out. All right, so we got our manifold right here, and you're gonna have to go in from this side. I don't know how much, but let me stick the phone down in there a little bit so you can see these guys back in here. All right, so let's see if I can come past the camera. So there's one right there. See if I can get the light to be still. There we go. All right, so you got one wire, whoa, right here. And you got the other one right next to it, and you got another one right over there. Hopefully that's the showing, but maybe not. But yep, they're all the way back there, and not gonna be able to show unless you just want to see me struggle to get those out. But yep, let's go ahead and come up front and proceed to transferring our wires. Okay, so let's do that. Sit back up. All right, so let's separate our wires. Okay, you're gonna have some long ones and some short ones, so just put the long ones to the back. They're gonna be all the way in the back. The long ones are reaching over and back to the side. These here have a, let me move this, make sure we're okay. Got a little tab right here. Sometimes you have to use a screwdriver to pop this up right here, so let's do that. There's a little push tab piece in there. And let's get a small one. Hopefully this one's good enough. And then you twist this inside, you push this in, right in here, and pop it open. Or you can twist it too, so some people just twist it here. There we go. Twist and a pull and a pop. Okay, so these are all going to the back. Just wanted to show you that when you do the back. Right, so we're gonna pull them off one at a time and measure them with the ones that's correct. Okay, so let's pop this guy up. I've done it up and out. Okay, you can remove your heat shield like so. You don't have to keep them, but I recommend you do. So, all right. Now we're going to match up our wire for wire close as possible. They might be a little bit longer, but this is the shortest one that we have. So that'll be number 1 right here, not the firing order, but just the first one, and that is cylinder 1. Right. So get that on there. You can use a little dielectric grease if you like, but these are so new. We're just going to coat the tip. That way they come off easier for the next tune-up. So just take a little bit like this, okay? And you can put it on the tip of the spark plug, or you can just put a little bit right here for when it slides in and touches. And I can see the spark plug, so I'm going to put up a little bit on there too. Okay, so we got one out the way. Heat shield first. See if that one sits good. It does, all right. And you want to feel it click or pop on there and kind of tug on it after you get it in. So if you want to feel it, you'll feel it. If you don't hear it, then just kind of tug on it and make sure it's in there. What did I drop? Drop the screw back. Take that out the way. All right, so now we're gonna go to our next wire, which would be, looks like cylinder 3. All right, pop them up. Let's get this one out. Same thing, let's measure it up. It's going to be one that's going to be longer than the other. So that's going to be the furthest. So this one here is the one that's going to be. And they might be a little longer since they're new. And it is. Right. So, but this is the shortest one. Now proceed to putting dielectric grease on this. I was going to cut the camera, but nope, not going to. And you just need a little bit on there. Alright, let's change over our heat shield. Put that one on there. It's not going to go all the way in. Alright, let's make sure we don't mess up our new wire. Ready to pop. Let's bring it up and over. And this is why you do them one at a time, because of this reason right here. You don't want to put them in the wrong area. This one up and out. And let's transfer number 5. So they're all sporadic, so that's why you want to do them one at a time. Let's change over our shield. Let's put in our last one for the front. On there, so I can see the tip. I'm gonna wipe a little bit on there too. There we go. And we're gonna put this up for now. But that's what you're gonna do for is the wire matching for the back. Same thing, same procedure. All right, let's put our new shield on and go back in with our last dude. There we go. It popped. Give it some tugs. Make sure it's good, and just wiggle it on, just to make sure it's tight. Right, let's go back up and over. Here, they're going to be a little longer, so you might need some zip ties or something to zip this out the way, somewhere up in here, just so you don't damage your wire, hit your fan or anything. So I'm probably going to use some zip ties here and a couple of zip ties here, but just kind of push it back just to make sure we're good. But that's how you're going to do as far as in the back. I showed you as good as possible as far as getting to the back, and I know I'm about to struggle a little bit. I'm about to remove this tank here, let you know how it works out. This screw here, okay, you have a pull pin right here, then you have another screw, let's see if I can get it on cam, right here. Okay, so once you remove those, you can pull up the coolant tank, and I'm going to move it this way, and I might just pause the video. I think that's what I'm going to do, and then show you if I can get one out. I'll be right back. All right, so I decided to continue now. They're real stuck, okay, just going to say that. They're real stuck, and it's very tedious to get to, and I'm going to attempt to bring this guy with me. So let me jump back up in this engine bay area. I'm going to attempt to bring that guy with me. so I can at least spray these holes. And I just wanted to add this on the camera because I haven't seen anybody do this, but I'm gonna reach my arm round and down through here. This is my first coil. I think it's better to be able to see it this way. So I'm trying to twist these guys, but I can't. So I'm gonna try to work this down, WD-40, down through here so I can grab it. And let's see what I can get. I try to come up with the best possible thinking to get jobs done. Might have to disconnect the O2 sensor a little bit, or just wiggle it and spin the can. There we go. All right, now we got one right here, so I'm just gonna squeeze the can. Let's see if I can angle it a little bit better. There we go. Probably gonna have to be upside down. And I'm just gonna spray in there. Don't know if I'm correct, but I'm by the area, so hopefully we'll get some in there. Let's go to the next one. Kind of sucks, but I think this is gonna make life easier. All right, there's two. Yeah, I'm trying to feel for number 3 over here. And all right, hopefully that's good. And let's pull it back out and just kind of turn and twist it. Actually, I might be able to bring it this way now. Yep, there we go. All right, so we got that out of the way. Now I'm gonna proceed on trying to twist and pull. Trying to give them the break free. It'll be easier to pull them out. And my hands are starting to cramp a little bit. All right, let's pass this to myself. And let's try to grab and pull. Whichever one that breaks free first, I'm cool with. All right, let me grip around the rubber, try to spin it some more. But yep, this is going to be the hard part for you doing this job. And you're kind of working blind, but you can see a little bit. And I'm trying to twist and work and pull at the same time. And I'll let you know they've been on there, that's for sure. I'm trying to twist back and forth side to side. Whichever one pops first. Still on the same one. I'm in the middle right now. Did I get him? Nope. All right, so gonna proceed on working these out, and I will be back in case I come up with something new. All right, be back. I wanted to show you guys that I got all these wires loose in the back. I had to use these guys a little bit. They didn't really do much, but I got a larger size as well, and I was able to get these break free. Just wanted to get my hand in here and show you guys it is possible. That's one, and I'm just sitting these back for now until I'm ready, because I got to take 5. That's 2. Well, you see this guy over here, and then I got this one loose as well too. So yeah, it's possible. Oh, you seen how I did the WD-40 can? You might have to do that as well, but that did definitely help a lot to get that to break free. But once you get them to rotate in a circle back and forth like this, then you're good. Yep, then you're good. So we got our new wires on the front. We're gonna proceed to the back. Hopefully this helps you out on your tune-up on this specific vehicle, 2003 Buick Lesabre. And to the next video, live life, love it. Always know rest is the enemy on these things, and I'm out.